I'll be honest with you guys, I wasn't planning to make this video at all. But then something completely insane happened in one of my latest over-the-board games. And when the game ended, I started thinking, did I just play my immortal game? Around 2 weeks ago, I participated in a local over-the-board chess tournament. Nothing big, there were around 20 players in total, ranging from 1400 rated to 1700 rated players. I'm talking about FIDE ratings here. It was a rapid tournament with 7 rounds in total, and the time control was 10 minutes plus a 5-second increment. After round 6, I had 4 points. I won 4 games and lost 2. So there was only 1 round left. One last game that turned out to be, I swear, one of the craziest, if not the craziest game I have ever played. Luckily, we were playing on digital boards, so all the games were recorded. That's why today I can show you exactly what happened, move by move. Just make sure to stick around till the end, because after the game I have a sort of philosophical dilemma regarding fair play and sportsmanship that I would like to share with you. Alright, let's start. The game was broadcast and recorded on Lichess, but there you can already see the result of the game, so I decided to copy and paste the PGN and use chess.com instead. As you can see, my rating is 1520 and my opponent's rating is 1646. I don't know if my opponent is okay with me showing his name, so I decided to hide it just in case. And we can see that I'm playing black and my opponent has the white pieces. So bear with me till the end, because I swear something unbelievable is about to happen. So my opponent starts with d4, I go d5, knight f3, knight f6, c4, and I play e6. So basically the position transposes into a queen's gambit declined. Now it continues with knight c3, bishop e7, bishop g5, castles, e3, h6, bishop h4. I'm going very quickly here because these are all like standard chess theory, so all book moves, and so I don't want to make the video too long. Now I continue with b6. Now this moves starts the Tartakover defense, which is actually the defense that Spassky used against Fischer in the famous game 6 in the World Chess Championship that was when in 1972, I think, in Reykjavik. And so, by the way, if you don't know the game, go check it out because it's amazing. So I play b6. My idea is to develop my bishop on b7 because, as we know, in the queen's gambit declined, the pawns are, there is this pawn chain, so the problem is that my light squared bishop cannot develop like very easily because of this pawn. So he takes, and now, you know, like Spassky took with the knight in that famous game, but I took back with the pawn, another book move, so no problem about that. I just want to solidify my center like that. And the game continues with bishop t3. I finally flank out my bishop, bishop b7, queen c2, so now white has this battery looking at this point, and I go knight b d7. My idea, and this is a key move, thematic move in the Tartakover defense of the queen's gambit decline, is to do this strong push, the c5 push. So let's see, castles, and now I do my push. Now my opponent played rook ac1, and I, instead of trading pawns, I decided to push, which is another way to play, and I'm basically kicking away white's bishop. So bishop e2, and now I play knight e4. If you see, this is a discovered attack on the on the bishop, and this knight is now defended by this pawn and also by the bishop. So of course white needs to take it. I take back, queen takes e7, and now comes knight takes e4. I'm happy about that because, okay, I take back with the pawn, and now the knight will go to d2 and attack these 2 pawns. But if we look at it, this pawn is attacked twice, right? And is defended twice. So, okay. And about this pawn now, well, it's attacked by many pieces. Look at it, like the knight, the queen, the bishop, and also the rook. There is this X-ray attack. So I just need to defend it with my pawn, b5. Of course, none of these pieces can take because they would be taken by the pawn. So I was happy to defend this pawn like this and get a pawn. As I said, it's already defended. So I was happy in my position. And of course, white tries to attack my pawn the way that is the defender of my c4 pawn. And I simply defend it. So this move, of course, is very important. h6, he takes, and I take back. And now I have solidified this pawn, but I have this pawn on b5 that is a liability. And let's see, he attacks my pawn. I decided to take, so c takes b3, queen takes b3, and now I go with rook a3, attacking this queen, and of course this rook is defended by my queen. Now, what I saw is that if they take, like queen takes b5, if they take that pawn, actually that's a mistake, because then I have bishop a6, and I'm attacking the queen, of course. This bishop is defended by the rook. That's also why I moved it there. And I'm gonna take their bishop, because then the queen cannot move and defend it in any way. So, of course, my opponent didn't do that, and they played, so after my rook a3, they played queen b2. Okay. Now I decided to move my other rook, to b8, and the idea is that, okay, my opponent played rook a1, but my idea was that now, again, this was a way to defend my position, because if queen takes b5, then again I have the same thing, bishop a6, and this rook cannot be taken because the pawn is defending it. And also, if on the other hand, if they took with the bishop, then I also have a6, and now their bishop is being pinned because there is this rook, right? So that's the reasons why I played rook b8. Now he played rook a1, and I decided to go back, so defending this rook with this pawn, and my opponent decided to trade. So I was actually happy, because now I have a passed pawn. I mean, it's a passed pawn on the A file, so flank pawns are not that good, but it's still a passed pawn, so it can turn out to be a big advantage. Let's see how the game goes. And so my opponent played queen c2, attacking my pawn, and I defended it with my knight. So knight b6, this pawn is defended for now, but of course now the rook is attacking my knight. So what I do here is queen d8. Now I'm defending the knight with my queen, but the position is very shaky. And as you can see now, these two pieces are attacking my pawn. And actually, this is what happens. Of course, my opponent takes the free pawn, and knight takes e4 happens. Now here, I was calculating a line that turned out to be, that made me feel proud, because I was like, okay, this is a cool thought that I have. Let's see if it works. And I'm going to show you what I thought. Now, I'm not going to do the moves yet, so try to do a small visualization exercise with me. Okay, so what I saw is that, okay, I go bishop takes e4. I take this knight, and of course, my opponent is going to take back. Queen takes e4. And now I play knight d5. You can see that this rook would be throwing a discover attack on their rook, and my knight is defended only by my queen while being attacked by their queen, right? So of course I saw that they would go for rook takes b8, so attacking my queen. I had to take back, queen takes b8, and now my knight was basically hanging, right? Because they have queen takes d5. But I was like, okay, then their queen's gonna be on d5, I'm down a knight, but then I have queen b1 check. My opponent would block the check with bishop f1, and now, of course, this one, bishop d1 is not an option. Oh, sorry, all the moves disappear. But anyway, so my queen is here, right? Queen b1 check, bishop, oops, that's not the right way to do an arrow. So yeah, bishop f1 covers, and now I start pushing this pawn. because I wanted to really exploit this asset that I have, right? So pawn to a3, and my queen is here, right? Queen b1, so it can escort my pawn to promotion. Life is good. I'm going to win this game because I sacrifice a knight for a passed pawn that's going to promote. I'm going to have 2 queens. Okay. And that's what happens, really. Bishop takes, queen takes, exactly knight d5. But look at here, like the bar totally went fully wide because I didn't consider something. So rook takes, okay, I saw that. Queen takes, queen check, bishop f1, of course, and I push the pawn. So this is about to promote, sorry. This pawn is really about to promote, and my queen is here, like what can go wrong? Well, in my calculation, I didn't see that white has queen a8 check. When I saw that move, I mean, after all these lines and after bishop f1, I already saw that, I'm an idiot. I didn't see that. Now there is this move. Of course, this is a fork, right? So attacking my king and my pawn, I need to move my king h7, and now my opponents take the pawn. Queen takes a3. And the whole position, the only plan I had collapses. Like, now there's nothing I can do. Like, I don't have my pass pawn anymore, and look at this position. Like, I'm down a piece, a full piece, and also I'm down 2 pawns. So -5 points. Like, this is totally lost. There's nothing that I can do. I should just resign. But I didn't resign. And now comes the cool part of the game. You gotta understand that at that moment, everyone else had finished their games. So my opponent and I were the only ones still playing. So imagine all the other 18 or something players gathered all around us, watching our game. Put yourself in my shoes, under all that social pressure. Me, in a completely lost position, not resigning against a stronger player. I mean, honestly, I don't know where I found the courage to keep playing. And in my mind, there was only one plan. There was only one thing that I could hope for. So I tried my best to make it happen. So I play f5. I just start pushing my pawns. g3, h5, king g2. Of course, my opponent wants to unpin this bishop and play with it. And I keep pushing pawns, h4. So now look at this. The bishop is attacking my queen, and he's also attacking this pawn, and would come with check. So I play queen b7 check. And okay, they defend with the pawn f3. And now I play h3 check. I'm just throwing my pawns at my opponent. So he moves the king f2, and g6. I go and defend this pawn that was attacked by the bishop, right? So now queen a2, and I push the other pawn, f4. I mean, this looks completely crazy, but bear with me. G takes f4, of course, so I just sacrifice the other pawn, and now I play queen e7. So my idea is to come here and give a check on the queen. So my opponent plays queen a6, and now I give the check, queen h4 check, right? The king moves, king e2, and now I play king h8. So I, of course, on purpose, hang my pawn here. And at this very moment, I remember hearing like sort of like sighs and giggles from the players around us, because they understood what I was trying to do, and yeah, they were curious to say what would happen. And here comes queen takes g6. I couldn't believe my eyes. Like, my opponent took the pawn, and now my plan finally worked. Because look at here, I wanted his queen to come here, because now this queen is controlling this square, and also this square, and also this square, right? So my king cannot move. And this pawn, I had 3 pawns, and I just got rid of the 2 of them, so that I didn't have any available moves. And And I pushed my h pawn all the way to h3 so that now it cannot be pushed anymore. So look at here. Now it's my move and I can only move the queen, right? And now comes a crazy series of queen sacrifices that my opponent just cannot accept, because in the moment they take the queen, the game is going to be drawn for stalemate. And so I sacrifice my queen for the first time. Queen f2 check, but my opponent cannot take it. King d1. Now in the meantime, I was like, okay, if he cannot take my queen, I can give a check here and there and also try to pick up some material, you never know. But of course I was considering that I needed to keep being able to keep checking my opponent. So I took this pawn, queen takes f3, the king moved to c2, and now again I sacrifice my queen again. Queen e2 check, but again my opponent cannot take it, so he needs to run away. King c3, again queen c2 check, third time, please take my queen, but my opponent just can't. King b4, king a4 check, and you know how it's going on, right? Queen b4 check again. I don't know if it's the fourth time, the fifth time I sacrifice my queen. So queen c5 check again, cannot take it. Now king e4, and here comes the last move, queen d5 check. Now you can see that, of course, the king, white's king, has no squares to go, so he's basically forced to take my queen. So yeah, my plan worked, and the game ended in a draw, which gave me 4.5 points, and that gave me like 5th position. But I was like, who cares about the tournament or the final ranking? Like, what a game! And by the way, for those of you who are curious about it, well, chess.com gave me an accuracy of 87.0 and a game rating of 2150. But regardless of all these numbers, the best moment for me was the very second I lifted my hand right after the game. And the other players were all looking at me, and some of them were smiling and some were having a look that was a mix of surprise and sort of admiration. And I clearly remember one of them approaching me and saying that that was like one of those games that you find in a chess book. And of course, there was an exaggeration, but I gotta admit that that made me feel really good. So yeah, that was it. The coolest game I've played so far in my life was actually not a win, but a draw. And I'm proud of it, nonetheless. What do you think about it? Did you see it coming? If you enjoyed this game of mine, please like and subscribe to support the channel. For you it's free, but it would really mean a lot to me. And now the philosophical dilemma I mentioned earlier. Do you think I should have resigned when my opponent played queen a8 check? I mean, the position was completely lost and my opponent was even stronger than me, but I kept playing anyway. And I don't know, despite being happy about this cool draw, I also kind of felt guilty about it. What would you have done if you were in my shoes? Is not resigning something to despise or to admire? Does it show resilience or lack of sportsmanship? I've been thinking about it a lot since the game, and I still haven't found an answer. So please let me know what you think in the comment section. You left many insightful comments under my last video, and I hope to find some good food for thought under this one as well.